Hey everybody, welcome to Drive Thru Review 285. Today we're going to talk about Potato Man. That's right, Potato Man. So this is a sort of a trick-taking game, but it is very different style trick-taking game. This is a German release from Zock zum Spielen, and hard to find over here in the United States. Got this one through Game Surplus. He does bring them over. I hope this comes over in a more, distributable fashion. I don't think it will, but maybe it will. So let's take a look at how exactly it works, and I'll come back and tell you what I think. Okay, so in Potato Man, we have two kinds of cards. We have these potato sacks, and these are what the players are going to be vying for. You can see these ones here in the middle. It has 5 sacks, so it's worth 5 points. Whereas these red ones here, these are worth 1 point because it's just one big sack. So the other thing to notice about these cards here is you can see there's 4 different colors, and then there's this golden color. If we look here at the red one, we can see this says 5 to 18. The blue one here says 4 to 16. The yellow one there says 1 to 13, and the green one says 3 to 14. You notice the golden one in the middle doesn't have any numbers on it. The reason for this is there are 4 suits in the game. You can see we've got some red cards with some grimacy looking potatoes there. Some green gals here. These are some girl potatoes. And the yellow ones here, these sort of worker guys. And then we have some blue ones here, sort of your smart potato, I guess. And the numbers here are telling you what the distribution is. So if all the blue ones, there's 4 through 16. And there's 1 of each. Now there are also 6 very special potatoes. You can see the yellow 1, 2, and 3. These always have Potato Man on them. In the red, 16, 17, and 18 have Evil Potato on them. So you can see these are the 3 highest cards in the whole game, 16, 17, 18. And these are going to be the 3 lowest cards, 1, 2, and 3. So how does the turn work? What are you trying to do? Obviously you're trying to score and collect these potato sacks. You play it over a certain number of rounds. You can play 1 round per player, 2 rounds per player, whatever you want to do. And as you collect sacks, you're going to tally the points on a piece of paper or an iPad app or something. And then whoever has the most points is the winner. So on your turn, it's going to change based on the number of players now. Most of the time, you're going to get dealt 12 cards. So you get 12 cards, and then you take turns playing a card. Now, when you play 2-player game, you're going to get dealt 12 cards each, and then each player is going to have a little mini deck of 8 cards. So as you play a card, you'll draw a card in the 2-player game. And then there's also a variant for 3 players. You don't have to play with it. I'm kind of 6 1/2 dozen with it, but basically you remove all the green sacks and all the green potato cards, and you just play it with 3 colors. So let's just look at the basic game here. So on my turn, I will have to play a card. So maybe I'll play the 5 yellow here. So now, let's say we're playing a 4-player game just for argument's sake. Then the other players have to play a card, but they can no longer play a yellow card. They have to play 1 of the other 3 suits. And so let's say the next player, he plays a red 8. Now right now he's winning because all that matters is whoever has the highest card, except for one exception, which I'll explain in a second. So the next player now, he cannot play a yellow or a red. He's going to play a blue or a green. So let's say they play a blue 14. So now they're winning. And then the next player goes, and only green he has, he doesn't have a green that'll beat the 14, so he throws away his low green. So now, since this player here, he won with blue, we're going to discard all these off to the side. And since they won with blue, they're going to take the blue sack. So we maybe play another hand, somebody else wins with yellow. They'll take the yellow. The yellow's a little bit better, a little bit harder to win because obviously they're the lower numbers. Somebody else comes, we win with red. Somebody else wins with red. And then somebody else wins with the 3rd red. Oops, I got a card mixed in there. So let's say somebody wins with red again. There's no more red to get. If you ever win with a color that the sacks are gone, there's 3 of each of these stacks here, then you take one of the golden ones. These are worth 5 points. Very interesting. If somehow magically all of these are gone and you win with a color that's not there, you get nothing. So that's something you got to keep in mind. Now, there is one rule that will break that very basic game. If for some reason somebody has played as a part of the hand one of the evil potatoes, so let's say 2 players had played a blue and a green, and then somebody played this big fat red to try to take it. If somebody else plays Potato Man, they're going to win the suit no matter what the value is. So if there exists Evil Potato, whoever plays Potato Man wins the suit, again, has yellow. So that's something that you're going to watch for. Just a quick little strategy tip to give you some idea how this game works. Obviously, it's easier to win as red, technically, depending on what you're dealt, because all the highest cards are red. So I can win as red, win as red. But it's interesting because that can be cut off at the knees by Potato Man. Well, you don't really care about that because these are only worth 1 point. But once these are gone, then winning with red becomes worth 5 points. Very interesting little dynamic there. The other interesting dynamic, of course, is that you have to play a color that hasn't been played. Almost the reverse of a trick-taking game. Well, let's say it comes to my turn. The only card I can play is yellow. Don't have any yellows. I reveal my hand, say, hey guys, no yellows. Round's over, we go on to the next round. We don't score this trick. These cards are discarded. We tally up our points and then move on to the next round. Now the different thing is for 2-player, and I'm gonna make quick mention of this because 2-player is awesome, is each player will play 2 cards. So maybe I'll play blue, you play green, now I've got to play red or yellow. I play red, thinking I'm gonna be sneaky. You come in with yellow, Potato Man to beat my evil man. So everybody's gonna play 2 cards. And again, with 2-player, you play a card and draw a card. So you have a little bit of interesting strategy, kind of push your luck with that aspect. Anyway, that is a very basic explanation of how to play Potato Man. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the overview. Potato Man, yes, Potato Man. I have no idea who thought this was a good theme. I think it's kind of neat though. I don't know why, it's just Potato Man defeats Evil Potato. Okay. So let's set the theme aside. The reason this game is really cool, I really like this game, is it works great 2-player. It's a 2-player trick-taking game. And man, there's so many cool things you can do about this because the whole idea that you can only have one color played in the trick is very cool. So you can do a lot of things like, okay, I think he's got the big red one, but do I play my Potato Man to try to beat it? No, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna hold on to that. I'm gonna play a low red one just so he can't play his red one. Now he's forced to play a blue, green, or yellow one. And then I know the distribution of cards because they're all right there on the potato sacks. And so as, I can try to run out a certain color because I've got a nice hand of blues. I can run out the blues, maybe let somebody else take the blues because they're only worth like 2 points each. And then I come in with my big blues later. Or I have kind of a bupkis hand and I really try to go out of cards to end the round and really circumvent and cut that round off early so that, I don't get beat too much up in that particular hand so I can go on to the next round and hopefully get a better hand, a better deal. So it's very interesting. There's a lot of cool stuff, and I really hate trick-taking games, but this is like a complete flip on its head trick-taking game. So I hope through the walkthrough and my little kind of, brief strategy kind of thing there, you get kind of an idea for the game. I don't know why the Potato Man, I don't know. It's the weirdest thing. Totally staying in my collection. It plays great 2. I said it plays great 3 and 4 as well. I haven't played with 5. There is a variant with 3. I think I mentioned, I did mention this in the walkthrough. You pull out the green card. Like I said, I'm 6 1/2 dozen on that. It just kind of is. It's just a different kind of metagame for me. So it's a very cool game. But I really think I like 2-player the best because it's really neat. Because you're just going back and forth with that, trying to read what they're playing. Because after you've played it several times, you kind of are reading. Okay, he put that red 7 out there. What do I read? Does he have higher reds? Because you start to get it, kind of play mind games with yourself even. Saying, okay, he led with that blue. Is he trying to go out? What's he trying to do there? So there's a lot of stuff you can kind of maybe overthink it a little bit too much sometimes, but there's a lot of cool stuff you can kind of play with this. Definitely more than I think a lot of trick-taking games. So anyway, Potato Man, take a look.